Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to bring you some good news today. For the second consecutive weekly candle, Bitcoin has done some good stuff. It has closed above the level we needed to close above. It's great to see, but there are a couple of more steps Bitcoin needs to take here to get back into a very powerful position where we can see that macro breakout. Until we do those things, the macro breakout has not occurred, but this is certainly another great sign, and it's certainly another indicator, by the way, that a macro breakout is coming very soon, right? Sooner rather than later. This extensive consolidation we've been seeing for 7 months here, all things considered, if we're talking on a macro timescale, is very much in the final legs. So we'll discuss the weekly candle close. We'll discuss $65,000, which is a very, very important region as well. We'll discuss the macro upwards trend or the medium-term upwards trend and what we need to sustain that. And we will discuss things like the DXY, things like the 2-week chart, a few things to look into today, but all things considered, we have one final conclusion. It's a very simple conclusion. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just one little thing I'll mention before we get into it though, I know I just kind of misled you there, is the Bitcoin exchange. Okay, so this is a great exchange, and I know I'm a biased source, but I will say this, I'm not that biased because I actually reached out to these guys for this exchange partnership. They did not reach out to me. I haven't signed anything. I have no obligation to this exchange. I'm literally using my own referral link that I've created on my own behalf, and with that referral link, you can get a 15% trading fee discount on every single buy and sell you make on this exchange, as well as access to up to 5,500 USDT in rewards for using my links down below. This is a global non-KYC exchange. There's no location restrictions. This is an exchange where there's hundreds of trading pairs available, an exchange that has never been hacked before. Great stuff all around. Check it out if you're interested. Without further ado, I won't take any more of your time there. Let's get into the content. Right, so Bitcoin has been having an immense struggle in the last few weeks, not with the expected levels. Like everyone knows at this point we're in a descending channel formation. I say it over and over again. The 3 levels that matter in a descending channel, and people think there's 2, there's 3, okay? One of them is, of course, the top of the channel. One of them is the bottom of the channel, obviously. But there's another one, right? And it's another parallel line. It's the center line of the channel formation. If we flip into the daily chart here, what you will see very, very clearly for months on end is the center line of this channel. Let's make this brush blue so you can see it, acting as a very major support resistance over and over again. Look, everyone probably knows this by now if you watch my videos before. I discuss this quite often, but it's very, very, very important because in the last couple of weeks, what we've done on Bitcoin, we've come down to this center line of a channel, right? After rejecting from it here, breaching into an upwards trend with the higher high, we've come down and we've flipped it not once, but twice, okay? And we've flipped it in a very, very good way. We have formed what is called a double bottom formation, okay? Yes, there is a decline. Yes, it's not a horizontal double bottom, but it's essentially a double bottom on a slightly declining line, a very, very strong structure with very important weekly candle closes. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we go to the weekly chart, right, we can see very clearly the center line of the channel is not the only thing that matters here. The bull market support band is kind of reinforcing, it has been since around May, okay, reinforcing the center line of a channel, or at least reinforcing the same region as the center line of a channel. And with the last 3 consecutive weekly candle closes, we have threatened to break down from that bull market support band, which would be detrimental to Bitcoin structure, which would lead to Bitcoin crashing down below the center line. But thankfully, right, in the weekly candle close we just saw, the one that was very, very important, just like the one last week, we have managed to hold on to that bull market support band and also on the wick hold on to the center line. So a great weekly candle close. It's just what we needed to see, especially after the last weekly candle having a bit of a threat coming through with a bearish engulfing candle. It's excellent to see a bullish doji candle on support with a deep wick down to support and a deep amount of buying pressure, a strong amount of buying pressure, bringing it right back up. This could not be better, quite literally. Well, I mean, look, obviously it could be better if it broke the channel, but I mean, let's just take what we can get here. This is a very good weekly candle. And it's not just, the weekly chart that's seeing good things in yesterday's candle closes. It's also the daily chart. You look at the Bitcoin daily chart RSI, very strong resistance line, historically speaking, being, flipped for support here. We went back down below it. We were testing it for resistance. We've got back above it. We've closed above it. It's great to see. And another thing I'll mention is, on this Bitcoin chart, in fact, let's get a fresh chart here just so you can see exactly what I mean. We've got an upwards trend here, okay, on the medium term. We've got, imagine the channels here somewhere. We've got the upwards trend. We formed a low right here. We formed a higher low. We've got another higher low formed on these 2 separate tests we came down with in the last couple of weeks, right? We've marked that as a bottom now. because we've broken an important neckline there. We'll look into that in a second. But now we've got a situation with a low, a higher high, a higher high, 3 higher highs and 3 higher lows. And now on this separate attempt we've got here, on this breakout attempt, because this is a breakout attempt, we have an opportunity, okay, if we go to the 4-hourly chart, for Bitcoin to breach above the high at 66K and continue the upwards trend. And what you'll notice here, okay, if this is the 4-hourly chart, it's very, very important you pay close attention to this. What you'll notice is that on this chart, if Bitcoin is to break 66K, if Bitcoin is to continue the trend of higher highs, the next step for Bitcoin really is testing the broader channel itself, is seeing our first macro retest, our first attempt at a macro breakout that we have seen since all the way back here in July. That would be a massive moment, and everything at the moment is pointing towards us doing that. You know, not only did we move upwards, not only did we see a good weekly candle close, let's go ahead and delete that bull market support band. We now have a upwards move here where we've broken an important neckline. We've got that double bottom, broken important neckline. We're testing 65K. If we can get above 65K, right, the next step is getting to where we were at 66K. And the structure we would be doing that within would be a massive W formation. If that structure breaks, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar we're going to be seeing a macro breakout. So I know people are bored, hibernating, sleeping, you know, they're knocked out, they're bored of this market, they're not looking at it anymore. But this is really a time, and I know people say it all the time as well, that you want to be looking at the market. We are forming what could be an incredibly bullish breakout structure here. This is a double bottom formation on a major region of support on both a moving average basis and on a price basis, okay? If we can break necklines here at 65 and 66K, there is nothing stopping Bitcoin from continuing that rampage and breaching to the upside, especially considering we are now, you know, just about where we need to be cyclically speaking. So we talk about historical trends, we talk about 4-year cycle, we can see very clearly it takes about 1,100 days, historically speaking, for Bitcoin to breach its price cycle all-time high. If that was the case, if we're ignoring what happened here in March, 1,100 days for a consistent 4-year cycle breakout would put us in breaking all-time highs around November, so around 1 month away. Right, give or take 30 days for room for error, because it's not a very established trend. You could be seeing a breakout anytime now, right? And so we're on track once more. We moved up way too fast, way too soon. Again, something I've beaten this horse many times. We've moved up way too fast, way too soon, due to things like ETFs, okay, due to things like people trying to front run the 4-year cycle. And now we're back on track. You know, a breakout anytime here would be perfectly aligned with the 4-year cycle, perfectly aligned with the cyclical trends. It would be good to see for multiple reasons. So Bitcoin really does have a chance in the month of October, right? It really does. And all we need to do, literally the 2 steps remaining, is break basically 66K, continue the upwards trend. And from that point, we need to break the macro uptrend spot, right? Could we see one more rejection from that? Yeah, we could come back down to 65, then break outwards. But it's very, very possible that Bitcoin breaks this macro structure to the upside this month. Now, I want to ground you in reality just 1 second, because I might be coming across way too bullish, which I'm very cautious not to do, okay? We haven't seen the breakout yet. The breakout's not guaranteed. This is not a video telling you to buy, sell the house and buy everything, right? That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying things are looking good, right? Now, in my view, the way I invest, the way I trade, and the way that is based in the most logical, coherent form of trading you can ever find is basically macro decisions require macro confirmations. And the macro confirmation for Bitcoin breaking out is literally 5% away, right? There's no reason to buy right now. Just wait for the extra 5%. That's my personal view. You guys can do what you want, but I'm not fully convinced in the breakout yet at all. Otherwise, I would be buying, right? There's a reason why I'm waiting for the confirmation. So this isn't a video where I'm coming across as, well, I hope not at least, well, I'm just telling you right now, I'm not mega bullish. I'm just simply saying this is good. This is good stuff. It's promising. It's very good. We have a couple more steps to make. We haven't made them yet, though. So ground yourself in reality. And this is very, very well illustrated on the DXY. So the DXY, a lot of people know, is reverse correlated to Bitcoin. It's a chart that measures the strength of the US dollar in relation to other currencies, and it's reverse correlated to Bitcoin. So when this chart goes up, Bitcoin goes down. And what we see, you know, we can demonstrate that very easily. 2016, 2017, that's where I've circled right there. DXY is in an aggressive bear market, Bitcoin's in an aggressive bull market. Same thing over here, same thing to the reverse over here, to the reverse over here as well. Every time this chart is in a macro upwards trend, Bitcoin's going downwards. Therefore, we want this chart to crash. And this chart right now, unfortunately, is not crashing, right? It's bouncing from support. Now, it hasn't formed an upwards trend yet. It's still within a reasonable bounce zone. It hasn't formed an upwards trend. It could very well roll over. But until it actually does roll over, until it actually does break support here and enter that downwards trend fully, there's no reason to be jumping the gun. Hold your horses and again, remain grounded in reality. There's good news everywhere. There's good signs everywhere, but it's not actually, let's say the newspaper isn't printed yet. It's in editing process. People are writing it. It's not printed yet. I don't know if that analogy made sense. Basically, I'm saying, wait up. Short-term rejection from 65k is very possible. Some sort of, let's say, ascending wedge formation with volumes pretty consistent up here, but it is a major resistance zone. I'm very aware of that. I wouldn't be too concerned if we do see a short-term rejection down to something like, let's say, 63.8k. That would be perfectly reasonable, maybe even lower potentially. But overall, I am quite bullish on Bitcoin short-term, let's say medium-term right now, until proven otherwise. Until this center line breaks, if it does break, there's really no reason to be bearish on Bitcoin medium term. Bitcoin medium term is looking good. With these weekly candle closes, it's looking quite good. So guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, go ahead and check out the Bit2Nix exchange. Hundreds of trading pairs, low trading fees, never been hacked before, reserves publicly available in case it is hacked. I mean, what more can you want, right? This is a great exchange. I use it myself personally, and with my links down below, you can get that 15% trading fee discount for life, as well as, literally, listen to my words here, look at the screen, up to 5,500 USDT in trading rewards for signing up with my link. Big stuff there. Go ahead and do that if you're interested. And a couple more things. One thing I'll mention is my VIP group on Telegram. If you want altcoin trading signals posted by myself, you can get them 4 times a week. I post them 4 times a week. I'm posting one right now, actually, after this video. We've got 78.32% win rate. Very good win rate. Historically, look, 2 years of data right there. It's all transparent. I don't hide anything. You can check it out if you're interested. And another thing I'll mention, the last thing will be the Crypto Academy, okay? If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn charting like myself, like I've done in this video, the charting I've done in this video, you can do so. And it's on sale right now, actually. It's our 10-unit course called the Become a Trader 10-unit course. And of course, if you do the course, you will become a trader. And that's why we named it the Become a Trader course, obviously. So check it out. All the information is on the website. It's on sale right now for a limited time. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate that. Catch you soon.